We're okay with what's going on in the commodity title. Again, it is just still not our priority. Our priority is crop insurance. We are opposed to all payment limitations. We just don't think that's the way you ought to go, and we'd like to see no changes in actively engaged. But I think since it was in the House and the Senate versions both, that's going to be a very tough pull for those folks. I think, Sarah, just slightly off track of what you're asking here. We don't support payment limits, period, but we're far more concerned about payment limits on crop insurance than we are payment limits on the commodity title.
Well, in order to make sure that I save my job, I will have to say that National Farmers Union does support planted acres. We do support reference prices. However, we have communicated clearly with both committees that there is a middle ground somewhere between base only and planted only, and so the two committees can come together and find something that they find to be a compromise between those, and if you will be supportive of it. Again, going back to though our direct policy in our book does support planted acres. When it comes to actively engaged and moving further on into other issues, National Farmers Union has long had policy on payment limits and to make sure that the farm programs are geared towards family-sized producers. And when it comes to actively engaged, and this is an issue that came up in 2002 and 2008, and I'm not about to wander off into water here to tell you what that actual definition needs to look like. I mean, it does come down to, I know back when my grandparents were farming, my grandmother did all of the book work and literally went to the stores and bought everything and went to the feed store and did everything. My granddad physically did all the work, but was she actively engaged or not? I can guarantee she knew how much money the farm had and he didn't. So in the long run, so I do think it is something we need to look at. We need to make sure that we do cap these enormous payments that are going to some of the largest farmers and to try to help work with the deficit and the CBO scoring on some of these. And so we are interested in moving forward, but I have heard that actively engaged is something that is a major debate. Again, unfortunately, I think it is something that's geographical between the North and the South commodity groups, but I'm certain a resolution can be found.